it is time to do a review of Starfield. I've been kind of holding off on this until I had some gameplay time into the game so that I could really say what I think and say it with a surety that I know what I'm talking about. Just in case I miss something. Now, there are things that I haven't experienced yet. Like, I know that you get special powers, kind of like the Jedis, where you can do different special power things as you go through the full missions. Now, for the YouTube channel, I have stayed away from the main quest because I didn't want to spoil it for my viewers. However, those viewer numbers have gone down and down and down, and now we're down below 200 views per video. At that point, I'm just canning the series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had fun making it, but we're done. If you want to continue to watch Starfield, keep an eye out for me streaming it on Twitch. I will stream it sometimes at night, late night. Oh, wow, somehow I painted those differently. How did that happen? Look at that. That's orange and that's not. Okay, so anyway, but yeah, so keep your eyes open on Twitch because, like I said, I'm not going to be doing this on YouTube anymore. It just isn't getting enough views. So it's time to... And I knew that would happen with this game. It's not shocking to me that that happened because it's kind of a repetitive game. So let's talk about what I think about Starfield. One, there's some greatness here. It definitely has that Skyrim / Fallout vibe where you basically get a mission, find a part or a document or something, and bring it back for somebody. Usually it involves killing some space pirates, just like in Skyrim, where it involved killing some vampires, or in Fallout, where it involved, killing some zombies. It's the same gameplay elements, and there's nothing wrong with those elements. They work very well. They're actually a lot of fun, and the game has a very good story. As I've played through, even like the side story elements, like how I got, well, not this ship, but the other ship, and I'll show you here. Tuffy's the ship. Tuffy's the original Constellation ship that they gave you. I can't remember the name. I don't really care. The Star Eagle is the ship that you get, and I've modified it a little bit myself, but put better weapons on and stuff. And changed the paint job to Boba Fett colors. This is part of the Ranger mission. That's just a side quest, and it's great. They take you through a whole series of fun missions that lead you to different planets, and different things happen, and there's farmers involved. You're trying to help the farmers, and there's like a gang that's kind of ganging up on them to try to find out why. And there's ships being stolen, and at the high level, there's governmental lying going on, and there's a guy that's involved in the council that's corrupt, and it's a great storyline, and it's just a little side quest. So they've done that part of the game really well. And of course, we had the Mantis, or the Razor Leaf, which we picked up from as the Mantis. Unfortunately, I think everybody uses the Mantis armor. I'm actually using Grant's armor, as it's better in most conditions, like for heat and cold and stuff. It does a better job. But anyway, that's part of the pluses to me. And we knew this game was going to have great storylines. That's really what the game is about. Other things that I really enjoyed about the game, the shipbuilder. This is the original Constellation ship, and it looks nothing like the original Constellation ship because I have taken it apart and made it mine. I've added my own modules to it that are more, usable. The modules that the original ship came with really are just kind of for viewing. I've got a medical lab here and an infirmary downstairs, so if I get hurt, I can get healed, and we can also research medicines and stuff. Comes with there's 2 research labs on this ship. It's kind of redundant, but so the shipbuilder has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the shipbuilder, and I wish that it was a little bit more flushed out. Like you could see, the one thing that bothers me about the shipbuilder is you can't see what the different habs look like inside. You just kind of have to guess and try them out, and it costs money to do that. So every time you change a mod out or a hab out, it costs you $1,000. And that kind of sucks if you have to go through 10 habs to find the one you want. You spend $10,000 to do it. So that's a little sucky. But That's how they did it. But I really enjoy the shipbuilder. The base building system seems like it's going to be really cool. I have just barely even started touching on that. So as you can see here, I've got my first base. I've got some solar powers cells, this landing pad, and some storage boxes. That's as far as I've gotten. I haven't done any of like the pads or anything like that or shipping minerals. But my point is, here's where I get a little bit, and this I know I'm going to get, the Bethesda people are going to be like, well, what did you expect? They never promised, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's the problem. I've got this really cool shipbuilder interface for a game that has almost no space elements. There's a little bit of space gameplay, yes. Far less than the 15-year-old Freelancer. I mean, you shoot some ships, and you jump using loading screens from one place to another. That's bad. I'm sorry. Especially because they don't have to deal, like, this is not a multiplayer game. They don't have to deal with, people are comparing it to Star Citizen or whatever. This is a single-player game. They could have done so much more. At least give us, atmospheric entry and stuff like that. None of it. All you do is press a button, end up in space, shoot some ships, press a button, end up somewhere else in space, shoot some ships. I mean, it is, why bother? That's my point. Why build a giant cargo ship? Because there's no cargo career. Now, maybe they will add this stuff in later, and that's what I'm hoping for, or they'll mod it in maybe. But for right now, there's, aside from just having the basics, like obviously for exploration, having this hab that I've put in here with the research lab, the weapons workbench, the industrial workbench, that's pretty cool. And you need to have this. This is an important part of Spacesuit Workbench. This is very functional in the game. But aside from this, there's no reason to have anything else in your ship. The ship that they give you from the Rangers has a freaking brig in it. But it's eye candy. It doesn't do anything. The computer central core doesn't do anything. Engineering bays, they don't do anything. None of this stuff does anything. It's cool, but it doesn't do anything. And I know people will be, once again, well, it's Bethesda. What did you expect? It's, they didn't tell you. They didn't say they were going to. Okay, I understand that. But if you're going to go through the effort to make it so cool, it's a tease. Because, man, you can see the potential for what this could be. This has all the things that are missing from Star Citizen. Star Citizen, it's funny, the two games, like if you could mesh these two games together, Star Citizen has the space handling and the space stuff down. This game has the story and the excitement and the gunplay and all that stuff down. And so it's like if we could combine these two, it would be wonderful. But unfortunately for us, you can't. They're not going to, and you can't. So like I said, and once again, I need to reiterate that I love this game. I do not regret buying this game. It's worth every penny that I paid for it. I've had a lot of fun playing this game. But there's just a couple things that leave me scratching my head going, why did we bother with this? Aside from it's cool. Yes, it's fun to build Millennium Falcons and X-Wing fighters and all kinds. I've seen all kinds of really cool ships that people have built. There's a forum on Facebook where the people it's a builders forum, and people are amazing builders. There's just so much stuff that you can do. But for what? It's to look cool. That's all it does, is look cool. It doesn't do anything. That's frustrating to me. And I'm going to say the exact same thing about the base building. Why bother? I'm going to make this giant, amazing base. To what end? It doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't make any money. Well, I mean, maybe it can make money, but it doesn't really make money for us. I guess we could... The other thing you could do is maybe build products and then sell them, but the problem is that all the vendors have limited amounts of money. So you could go out there with your ship and sell stuff, but you have to go all over the place and sell little bits here and there, and it's not going to be worth it. Just go run through a base and kill a bunch of guys and make $100,000. I mean, that's the frustrating thing about the game. There's just, once again, the base building, it doesn't really have a point. I could build up all these materials and stuff for what? To build my base. For what? Weapons upgrades? I can't handle having that paint wrong. Um, and so, I don't mean to be negative about it. Once again, I really love this game, but that one piece of it is it's just interesting to me that we have the potential to have stuff that's really cool, and they dropped the ball. They didn't do it, and so I don't know. Well, that's weird. There's no way to fix this. It's the colors literally do not match up. You can't on this one it's that color, but on this one I cannot make it that color. This won't become orange no matter what I do. Weird. Very strange. Everything else kind of matches, but oh well. Moving right along. Let's go ahead and hop into space and take a look at the space flight. And we'll show you some combat too. I'm assuming this is going to be for those of you that haven't seen the game at all. Oh, by the way, there's my fancy hab. Let's go ahead and into outer space. So, yeah, the long and the short of it for me is that this game is worth the price of entry. It is fun. There is some element of wanting to upgrade your ship to be able to hold more. But then you have the negatives, like everything is linked to some sort of cutscene or loading screen. And I know the diehard Bethesda fans are just like, well, it's fine, and it doesn't. It is fine, but it's a little sucky that it's all cutscenes. Here's a cutscene, and we're going to take off, and that's a cutscene. We're going to go to space, and there's a cutscene, and it's you know. The inevitable comparison is going to be to Star Citizen. And once again, this game has Star Citizen in many areas that has it beat right now. Because it's got actual gameplay and an actual story and much fewer bugs. So here's spaceflight. And once again, you have a little system here to control how much power goes to the engines and shields and so forth. You have a crew. Your crew can affect how much extra you can get, some extra power through crew members. You can also get, like here, you can see I have on my shields to the left there, I have a green bar. That is a freebie shield that I get because I have a guy that's a specialist in shields. He gives you an extra shield point. So you ready? Now you can actually travel between systems, I think, by just doing it the old-fashioned way, pressing your speed all the way up to as fast as it'll go. And I don't know how you find another planet, but you can just, I guess, fly from one place to another. Somebody spent the time to actually fly to one of the system's suns, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see if we can find this. There's the sun. So if I sat here for a couple hours, I could actually get there. I'd have to, like what I would do is reduce power to the guns and increase engine power all the way up. And that'll get you a much higher top speed. And so eventually, after a couple hours of flight, maybe days of flight. I don't know how long it would take, actually. Looks like we're getting there pretty quick, actually. But you would reach the sun. So that's neat. You can go outside by scrolling the mouse and seeing what's going around you. And right now I have very little weapons because I've transferred most of the power to the engine, so I can transfer some back. So Alt energy back. So that's the basic space model. And once again, sometimes you get in combat. Gideon says you need something. That's my... Oh, I forgot. The crew members come in here with you while you're flying, and they just randomly talk, which is a little bit disconcerting. No, Gideon, we're flying to the sun. Hope you got your spacesuit on.
Need something, Chief?
No. Shut up. All right, let's go somewhere fun. So we're going to look on our map, and we're still near Murford. It shows where's our ship right now. We should be flying towards the sun. Where are we? That doesn't show. So if I go back and it says show me, where are we? Yeah. Oh, apparently we're flying away from the sun. We're still by the star station. It could take you weeks. That shows me that there's a base. This is my favorite purple planet. Let's just go over here to this Murford 3. I haven't been there before. set course. So they kind of cover in the story where, or as you find like documents from space pirates and stuff, the story is that Earth has been completely like, obviously, or the people have been out in space.
You have until I get bored to give us what we want, or we're gonna blow you into vacuum.
Yeah, what was that? Who's gonna blow who into vacuum?
That's a good word, Chief.
Don't challenge me, by the way. That's the... This ship has great guns. Sensor contact. We can travel to that. Let's see what that is. So there's like a little bit of an exploration aspect, which is cool. I like these cutscenes between the, like seeing the ship actually flying in space is neat. Let's see what we got here. Sensor contact, huh? Anything going on? Murfid 3, that's the planet that we were looking at. Oh, there. If you press F, you can see the planets. That's how you... Oh, there they are. You would not... be hard to see that if you didn't have that marked out, right? Let's go ahead and land on the moon. Or planet. So, once again, this is done through a series of cut screens. And we're going to go ahead. I've just got invited by Grandma to come eat some food. Let's see what this does. Let's see what she leads us to. Here's a little side story. So you guys can see kind of like what happens. This is how you find a lot of the stories in the game are just random meets. Let's go ahead and board. And so now we've met. We're going to go into this. Is she really my grandma? That's the question. So as you go through the systems, you'll find there's a lot of spaceships that you run into. Most of them are just people selling stuff. Occasionally you'll run into pirates. Sometimes you'll run into people that have missions for you. In this case, she probably has a mission. That's probably not my grandmother.
Well, hello. Was hoping you'd drop by.
Is this really my
The
grandma?
worst part of space travel is having to eat alone.
I mean, she
I
gave me her
used to eat my
spacesuit.
better half every meal until he passed. I've got plenty. I hope you're hungry.
Chicken tikka added. Let's see.
I agree. I meet people every chance I get. I finally retired last year, and I've been traveling all over. I wish I could have done this when I was younger, but it's still a treat. My grandkids are mortified that I'm out here. Positively livid. You wouldn't believe the characters I've encountered.
Your grandkids have a right to be able to see.
I invited this one fellow over for a meal, like yourself. So he boards the ship, stark naked. Ah! Turns out he was one of them old-style nudists. He said in space no one ever knew. The Lord knows I noticed.
All right. Well, that's a good conversation. There you go. You can see here that they still have the same personalities and stuff. Oh, I can't leave the conversation yet.
Don't you know it?
It definitely has a Skyrim
So,
slash.
What do you think of the settled systems? I can't believe there are so many stars, planets, moons, and whatnot. It makes my head spin just thinking of it.
Me too. There you go.
Isn't you the most precious thing?
There you go, Granny.
I'm doing pretty good, but the expenses do add up. But I won't let you leave empty-handed. Take this. And please do tell, what do you think of the settled system?
Let's see. She gave me some more food. It's big and empty. Meeting new people is my favorite part of space. I love it. I mean, you can meet new people even not in space.
Ain't that the truth? I'm afraid I'm worn out, dear heart. I'm at the tail end of a very long day. But feel free to grab some extra food or whatnot. I've got plenty.
I got plenty too. I can't eat. I have an alien DNA. Anyway, that's part of the game. I picked alien DNA, which means food does not affect you very well. Back to my ship. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that you run into, and those are cool. These are like I'm glad you got to see that because that's like a cool little side hustle that happens, and you can visit other people. You get into missions where you help people. That's my crew.
It is good to see you.
It is good to see you too, Olimar. Omar. And so let's go ahead and undock, and then we're going to land on the planet. Here's where this is, in Star Citizen, once again, not to make any comparisons, I would point towards the planet and then just start flying towards it and make my descent. In Freelancer, like the original Star Citizen, I guess, if you will, I would go to a landing port, fly there, and then it would auto-land me. This game just auto-lands you, which there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I wish it would have shown the landing. We're going to melt. It is really hot on this planet. It's 276 degrees. Now, on the planet surfaces that you go to, you will almost always find different things to explore. Usually within 500 meters is some sort of manned outpost that's been abandoned, and it's full of pirates or elliptics or spacers. The reason... What is that? There's like a rocket ship or something over there. The reason being, and this is the story where the story's a little silly, but they... Apparently, all of the planets, all the 100 systems or whatever had people everywhere. And then there was a giant war between the UC and the Federation. And so many people were wiped out and killed, and then all these bases were just left empty. And so, sadly, that means that, there's all these empty facilities, and the spacers are, wanting to take them over. And all these different, the Crusader, or what are they called? The Crimson Tide, or whatever they're called. There's all these different, groups that want to take over these bases. So every time you go to a manned base, there's almost always baddies there. And it's a good opportunity for you to get into the game's gunfighting, which is really where the heart of the game is. It's a shooter and looter, and that's... You can either pick up missions where you shoot and loot, or you can just randomly... And a lot of times I've made my fortune, and I've got over $400,000. I'm sure people have more, but I have over $400,000. And that's only in a couple weeks, maybe 30, 40 hours of gameplay. I've got 3 ships that I've bought, and I've got some really wickedly good weapons. There's a dead miner. You can loot them. Alien stir fry. I don't want that. So, this tent happens to be a collapsed, abandoned mine. There's no spacers here. There's no buildings here. So we're not going to find anything real exciting. But if we find a building that has people in it, then you can get into some real excitement there. So, but that just gives you an idea of what it's like. The space combat, I'll go find some combat and I'll take you there so you can see what it's like. So I'll be back. There's my ship landing. Pretty cool ship. Designed by yours truly. Pretty much 100% me. Me. Lung damage. Lord. That's not good. I'm going to have to get that taken care of. Alright, so let's turn the scanner on. This is the nearest building. That looks like it's probably not going to have anything in it either. This is a very dangerous planet. I'm slowly dying. I need to get inside. Watching that health meter. Dang it. I wanted to show you guys combat. I'll be back. So I found some people. Most likely enemies. Robot Model S. What do we got here? Who's this guy? That's a space pirate or an elliptical or something. There's a turret. Pirate marauders. So, I don't feel bad for these guys. We're going to kill them all. Of course, I'm getting myself in crossfire because I didn't check this platform first. But you can see here we have a jumping, not an airbag, but it's not called an airbag. I got a booster pack that allows me to jump crazy amounts of area. Rocket pack. And I I haven't even upgraded it yet. Like, this is just the very base rocket pack, so. There's that guy down. Death animations are pretty funny and good. They're really funny when you get into outer space and people are floating around. Ah! Oh, God. Yeah. Sometimes you shoot them and they, like, go floating off. It's pretty sad for them and funny for you. That guy's got a lot of health. This guy you've got to take care of fast. Some of them are armored, so they take longer to kill. You can see they have like several health bars. Got him with the... Where's this guy? The guy's still alive. Freaking jerk. And I have the game on, like, just middle difficulty. So, at, like, regular. It's not on easy or hard. It's just on regular. Ugh. I like when you get them to low health, a lot of times they'll just, like that, they'll get on the ground and just be like, oh, God, no. Not like this. And you say, yes, just like this. He got frozen. I'm not very good at melee, so it's better just to gun them down when they're done. But you'll find... Oops, I didn't mean to take his gun. You'll find a lot of medical kits and packs on them. You also find a lot of money. This is a good way to get lots of... There's money there. Most guys carry some kind of money or weaponry that you can use. Things for your ship. Well, not really for your ship, but... For building and crafting, they carry crafting components. Oh, God. Ow! Oh! Yeah, there's timed mines. So, the assault on the outside of the compound is completed. We've killed everybody out here pretty much. But if you're familiar with Fallout, you're familiar with Skyrim, you've played this game. I mean, really, honestly. And it's the same, unfortunately, the same mechanics. They haven't really changed much. But it's good. Why change it if it's good, you know? Looking around to the sides. How did I not? Okay, I did. Oh, I'm bleeding. Oh, God. Okay, med pack. You give me some kind of... Some of these guys have rounds that make you bleed profusely, and you continue to bleed. Anyway, I think that gives you a good idea of what you're in for. Nothing too scary. They don't... You know, people have been complaining because unlike, you know, honestly, Fallout and Skyrim, there's some creepy stuff in those games. This game does not have a lot of creep factor. What the heck? You're being shot in the head, dude. He's like, man, I got a headache. It was not a staple gun. Is he still alive? I'm still coughing. I'm going to take care of that status thing. Sometimes if you find that medical station should heal that. Usually it heals those kind of things when you go to the medical station. Anyway, you're used to this. This game is not as scary. I haven't found any like creep factor, which you really could have in space, honestly. I mean, that space is a great place to have creep factor. So I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but they really kind of held back on the scariness. Maybe to keep the rating down so more people could get the game. Oh, how could he not be dead? Yeah, your head. Look at you scared. I'm gonna knock you out. Anyway. Here you can see the hack tool. You find these throughout bases. There's all kinds of different storage containers that you find, and some of them are locked. You can also, there's wall safe, stuff like that. And so somebody taught me this. If it's blue, it'll fit that ring. So this will not fit this ring because it's white. This will fit. This will not. This won't. This won't. So you have to decide which ones are best to use so that you have them available for other rings. See, this fits 2 rings. This only fits, it's best to use the ones that just fit the outer ring. And let's see, does this fit the outer ring? Nope. That fits the outer ring there. And what else fits the outer ring? Does that? Yep. But not if we do this. How about, and this is where it's cool, so it's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. And then what else could we do? Could do this. Was that okay? So I think I found my. Wait, where was it? Shoot. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna use that, and I'm gonna use this, and that. There we go. This one uses the opposite. Oh man, there we go. Perfect. And this has all kinds of different ones. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. This fits. This fits. So let's see what we can do. How does this one fit? Okay, there it fits. That leaves us with this. This. Let me see something. Will that fit? No. What about that? Nope. So that won't work. This leaves us with... Did they say this fits? Do you see the dilemma? All right, so we're gonna try. Let's see. What is? No. That does not fit. This fits somehow. This fits somehow. Oh, that's going to work. Okay, so this will leave us with that. And then we use this to close in that last gap. And we have nothing. Oh my God, that was totally worthless. Usually when you have a big lock like that, there's all kinds of like medical kits and credits, and that was totally worthless. Ugh. Dang. One thing you'll find is that some bases have more like med packs. Some bases have more loot. I walked into one base that was like this little tiny, might have been like 4 rooms, and it had over $50,000 in just sitting out, like credits in boxes, credits on tables, credits. There were credits everywhere. It was insane. It was a credit party. It was a credit to credits everywhere. Oh, God almighty! Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. That was deadly. That was not good. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I think I've been here before. Yeah, these people are all dead. So while we're here, let's talk about the well, first of all, the encumbered system is one of the annoying things about the game. I am like I had like $600 on them. I am encumbered right now. 300. I mean, we're making money. And so as you can see here, I've picked up too many things, and I'm like, oh, I'm too fat. So I'm trying to run, and I'm not succeeding very well at it because I'm overweight. There are skills that you can do to fix that and be able to carry more stuff. Some suits allow you, like this. The suit that I'm wearing right now has what's called they call it deep pockets, and it allows you to carry more stuff without gaining weight. The Mantis suit has, at least the one that I got, has weapons holsters, which make all weapons weigh half as much as they normally do, so there's ways to get around it. One of the things that people are really complaining about on the game, and I get this, but it is part of the game, Everything is, oh, I forgot, I got a skill point, is behind a skill tree. I've done no physical stuff. My guy's fat. So if you want to get good at intimidating people, you can unlock it. And then this has 4 levels of intimidation. So there's so many places. It's going to take you forever to level up your character. I think I've done all the ballistics. I haven't. Oh, no, I have. I'm rank 4. Okay. Lasers, pistol certification. Ooh, let's do... God, I haven't done that? Oh my God. And I'm working on... Because I do pistols all the time. Get that one to 25% more. We're really doing something. If you want to, for example, adjust your spacesuit or put a sniper rifle scope on a handgun, you have to unlock these. And then once again, there's 4 ranks. So it takes you a long time to be able to do this. Base building, you can't even start base building until you get to outpost engineering. You have to unlock several things on both levels. And then they have challenges. So once you've done this, you can construct and improve outpost. You can research and construct a superior outpost. But to do this, you have to get the challenge done. So there's a challenge that they're going to give you. They haven't given it to me yet. Here, rank 1. For me to get this, which I have, now before I can unlock rank 2, I have to build 5 different outpost modules. I've built 4. So I need to build 1 more. Like a hab or something. Like some kind of, a garden or something. Who knows? But before I can build that, before I can get to level 2, I have to fulfill that mission. Medicine. You saw me get that trauma pack thing. Here's healing. Use healing 50 times while wounded. I've done that. So now rank 3 is available for the next upgrade, and that makes everything work better. So it's worth getting. But then you're not unlocking other stuff. So shield systems, starship design, starship engineering, robotics. Particle beam weapons get upgrades. Energy weapons get upgrades. I use particle beams, so I should probably start working on that. There's so much stuff to upgrade, which is like Skyrim. I mean, it's the same idea, Skyrim or Fallout. You have a tree, and that tree has many branches, and that's how they do it. So be careful how you spend your skill points, but they're there, and you're going to have to do them, and it stinks, but that's how it is. I'm going to have to lose some of the stuff I'm carrying. Anyway, so that's that. But there are a lot of people that don't like that, and I understand that. It is, to me, frustrating also. So we've been through this whole building at this point. Wait, WC, what is that? Oh, water closet. Medkits, anyone? Nope. Red trench. Pain tolerance, okay. That scared me. Trauma pack, we want that for sure. Sometimes I miss stuff because I go fast. What does this guy have anything in his pockets? Nope. Instant oatmeal. Thanks. Safe. Hack it? Yeah, we're going to do this. I'll be back. Hacked. 600 credits. Junk flush. Trauma pack. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this review. I know it's not the most professional review, but I gave you my honest opinion. I really like the game. However, I do feel like there's a lot more they could do. I do have some hopes that in the future they will do some additions to the game, maybe adding some other careers, like making it possible to have a cargo career. I don't know how they would do that, but maybe there's like a trade system where you bring the ship in and they have much larger amounts of money available to buy stuff from you. Especially if you're going to build like a manufacturing facility, because you can do that. You can actually build a facility that builds, all kinds of different things. So you should be able to take those things onto your ship and then sell them. And that, I don't know. Maybe that's something that's in the future. But I think the game has a lot of potential. I also think the game is a lot of fun as it is. So is it worth the money? Yes. Could it have been better? Absolutely. Is it possible for it to get better? I think so. I don't think the space combat's going to ever get better. I think that's pretty much it is where it is. But maybe it'll get better in other places, like I said, adding cargo, having more to do with your spaceship, like as far as, the brig, being able to take prisoners on board, stuff like that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you want to watch continued coverage, we will be featuring this here and there on Twitch. Once again, the link to my Twitch channel is in the description. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great night. Bye.